Hello, everyone. This is Parrish Alford with the Daily Journal, and just wanted to kind of set up the week in Ole Miss sports for you. Basketball, the Rebels at home Tuesday night against Mississippi State. This will conclude a three-game homestand for Ole Miss. The Rebels are coming off that narrow 78-75 loss to number 5 Baylor on Saturday. Against the Bulldogs, Ole Miss will really try to get guards Breein Tyree and DeAndre Burnett playing well at the same time. Tyree, the freshman from Somerset, New Jersey, coming off the best game of his career with 20 points on 6 for 9 shooting against Baylor. He scored from the three-point line and the free throw line. Really, in the second half, they started running some high ball screens for him, and he was getting to the rim and making plays. And that's what you want to see from this Breein Tyree, this freshman who is coming off the ACL tear that he sustained just last spring. So he's looks like he is coming around at a good time for Ole Miss. But they would also like to see production from DeAndre Burnett that he had before the high ankle sprain he sustained against Georgia earlier this month. In 3 games since that ankle sprain, Burnett is shooting less than 30% from the floor. He remains the Rebels' leading scorer, but he was just 1 for 10 from the floor against Baylor, and he's just not getting to the free throw line like he was. He was a 90+% free throw shooter before the high ankle sprain, and now he's struggled at the line a bit, 8 for 13 from the free throw line in the 3 games since his return. These high ankle sprains tend to linger, folks, and I think we're seeing some of that with DeAndre Burnett right now. Hopefully he and Tyree will play well at the same time against the Bulldogs Tuesday night. That's a 6 o'clock start on the SEC network. And, of course, that's the eve of National Signing Day. If you are an Ole Miss football fan who needs a highly ranked class and athletes with lots of stars by their names to enjoy this time of year, this is not going to be the year for you. The NCAA investigation is having an impact on this class, and so you're not going to see those national profile recruits that you've seen in recent Hugh Freeze classes. But I think you are going to see a class that meets needs for this team. You're going to see a class with a lot of players on the defensive side, a lot of linebackers, a little bit of tug of war still going on right now for Morton athlete D.D. Bowie, who is listed as a wide receiver, would probably play some cornerback at Ole Miss. Looks like it's going on between the Rebels and Mississippi State, so keep an eye on that situation for signing day. And baseball practice is continuing. Be sure to look for freshman shortstop Gray Kessinger, the Oxford native, this season. Looks like he will step into the vacancy created by Errol Robinson, and just really a good defensive player. That's how he built his resume in high school, turned down a lot of money in the baseball draft to come to college, and he has been named the preseason freshman of the year in the SEC by D1Baseball.com. So that's a player to watch for Ole Miss baseball as they continue their preseason work this week. And the week concludes Saturday with men's basketball at Vanderbilt, and this is noteworthy because it will put the Rebels against Bryce Drew. And if you have been an Ole Miss fan since 1998 at least, you remember that name, Drew hitting the shot for Valparaiso that knocked the Rebels out of the NCAA tournament in 1998, that buzzer beater from the corner. Valpo had to travel the length of the floor to get the ball to Drew, but they found him and he knocked down the shot. And even if you haven't been an Ole Miss fan since 1998, you're able to relive that shot because they show it in the March Madness commercials and previews every year. But Drew is the head coach at Vanderbilt now, and the Commodores will be a three-point shooting challenge for Ole Miss, as they always are. That's a 2 o'clock game on Saturday on ESPNU. And that sets up the week for Ole Miss athletics.